Join me as I dive into the wild world of 1960s sci-fi and try to find the cheesiest space movies of the decade.
This just can't be happening.
From low-budget special effects to atrocious acting and ludicrous plot lines, we're diving into the most side-splitting, terrible sci-fi movies from the decade of flower power and space exploration. So, buckle up, space cadets, and join us at Endless Perception Cinema, exploring the cheesiest sci-fi space movies of the 1960s. Number 5. The Cape Canaveral Monsters, 1960. Directed by Phil Tucker and starring Scott Peters, Linda Cannell, Jason Johnson, Catherine Victor, and Billy Green. Two glowing balls of light are actually extraterrestrials. They cause the couple to have a fatal automobile accident, and the aliens take over their bodies.
Hurry, Harang! Your arm. I'll take it and sew it back on at the laboratory.
The aliens' mission is to sabotage the U.S. space program by destroying their rockets and transmitting live human specimens to their alien planet. While investigating the missile accidents, the aliens capture scientists Tom and Sally.
This is a spaceship and you'll be taking off?
No. You will be transmitted.
You see that tank? You will be immersed in that solution.
Before they are experimented on and sent into space, hopefully the young couple can escape.
What are you going to do to her?
It won't hurt her.
On Saturday, June 29th, 1963, I caught Cape Canaveral Monsters on Channel 11 WPIX on Chiller Theater. References of how much the alien couple might be sexually enjoying their time as humans and why their leaders want them to transmit, especially females. Were lost on my 10-year-old mind. Number 4. The Phantom Planet, 1961. Directed by William Marshall and starring Dean Fredericks, Colleen Gray, Tony Dexter, Francis X. Bushman, and Dolores Faith. Other pilots and their spacecraft go missing. So the United States Air Force's Space Exploration Wing on the Moon sends Captain Chapman and Lieutenant McConnon out to investigate.
Boy, that was close.
Yeah, and I'm afraid it isn't over yet.
Chapman eventually lands on a planetoid and shrinks once he breathes the atmosphere there. Chapman discovers a race of 6-inch people who can control the movement of their planet.
Incredible.
In addition to the dangers of a jealous suitor,
I am demanding your permission to challenge him to the duel.
What am I supposed to have done now?
You are forcing your attentions on Liara, and then on the mute girl Zeta.
That's not true.
a creature lurks in the caves. I understand the need to make repairs, but how do these knuckleheads leave their spaceship without tethers or jetpacks? What did they think would happen? Number 3, Zontar, The Thing from Venus, 1967. Directed by Larry Bachman and starring John Agar, Susan Beherman, Anthony Houston, and Patricia Delaney. A scientist is in contact with an alien from Venus and helps it to come to Earth.
Yes, it's true. I am your only friend. Nobody else even believes you exist, but they will.
The extraterrestrial states it wants to help mankind. Once on Earth, the alien sends out flying creatures that control the minds that it injects. One lone scientist knows the truth and risks his life to defeat the alien takeover.
Guess what I've got?
What?
A present. See you later, darling. I'm going for a walk. When I get back, you'll feel much better.
It was impossible not to realize this movie was a remake of Roger Corman's 1956 film, It Conquered the World. As comical as the 1956 alien looked, at least it was memorable. Because of dark, fast camera takes, I couldn't see the Zontar thing long enough to remember it. Imagination can only go so far. Number 2. Destination Inner Space, 1966. Directed by Francis D. Lyon and starring Scott Brady, Sherry North, Gary Merrill, Wyndham Wagner, Mike Road, and John Howard. Commander Wayne arrives at the Institute of Marine Sciences Sea Lab because the staff there continually witness an unidentified object circling their facility.
Must be 50 feet in diameter.
A team from the Sea Lab investigates what appears to be a spacecraft and brings back a mysterious cylinder.
Look at this.
The object doubles in size until it finally releases an amphibious creature that wreaks havoc on the crew members and appears to be part of an alien invasion.
Request you send demolition units to this area immediately to destroy submerged spacecraft. End of message.
The most exciting thing to say about Destination Inner Space is that actor Mike Road was the voice of Race Bannon in the 1960s animated series Johnny Quest.
That's right, Johnny. You and Haji better keep a sharp lookout. Charlie, you get those torches. Dr. Quest, see if you can find any other weapons in the cabins.
That won't be so easy, Hugh.
Maybe not. But facing you and the others, that's not easy either.
Number 1. Journey to the Far Side of the Sun, 1969. Directed by Robert Parrish and starring Roy Finnis, Ian Hendry, Patrick Wyman, Lynn Loring, Lana Van Friedel, George Sewell, and Herbert Lum. Scientists discover a new planet in the same orbit around the Sun as Earth, but on the opposite side of the star.
Which brings me to the purpose of this meeting. A proposal from the chair that we should mount a manned flight.
Astronaut Ross and scientist Kane take a 3-week journey to the new planet, and unfortunately, they crash land there. Ross believes he must have landed back on Earth, but he and his partner made no such return trip.
You agree that to fly to the planet and return is a journey of 6 weeks?
Yes.
You accept that you have in fact returned 3 weeks after launching?
Well, I can't explain that. We crashed.
On Earth?
On the planet.
You're here, on Earth.
Ross fights mistrust from his superiors as he attempts to solve the problem of what might be another Earth, filled with mirror images.
I'm listening.
Now, when I left Earth to travel to the new planet, another man left the new planet at precisely the same time to travel to Earth. Another Colonel Ross.
The producers could not afford costly color televisions, but they wanted a futuristic look, so actors sat behind screen-sized gaps in the wall. The tech people then added silver paper to give the illusion of reflected light on high-resolution screens. In the end, it's the charm of these cheesy classics that makes them unforgettable. They may not have aged perfectly, but whether you're a fan of sci-fi, campy humor, or just plain cheese, there's something for everyone in the world of 1960s sci-fi. So what are your favorite cheesy sci-fi films from the 1960s? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're feeling nostalgic, be sure to check out my other videos for more retro content. See you next time.